What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to some more Fire Emblem 3 houses. And I'm not gonna lie, I think we got a big one today for our supports. Well, there are two in particular that I didn't expect to get, and my only two. Well, actually, no. I got beat with Gilbert. But Constance and Hapi got their A's. And I was wondering if I should wait for Constance's A rank until I get to Edelgard's route. But no, I'm getting to know Constance quite well now. Yeah, the only people she'd be missing is Ferdinand and then Edelgard herself, so. And considering I'll be using Constance in the actual battle, it's not like I won't see her. Like Lysithea, I still got that bond. After what she did last battle? Nah. So, but why don't we start? I guess we'll go to Felix and Sylvain.
You.
Alright.
What did I do? Am I in your way? I'm in your way. I know, I get it. I'm sorry. I can't stand the sight of me either.
I never said that. Stay right there. You're always running away. You must really find me irritating.
Not irritating.
Irritating? I know. I completely... What? No, I mean, I know I'm irritating, but... Huh?
Stop. Do you remember when you came up behind me and knocked the sword from my hands?
So she did disarm you.
I need you to teach me that technique.
Sword? Teach? Technique? That's a joke, right? Because that's just about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You said it with a smile on your face, though.
Maybe so, but I saw you do it. You don't remember? You moved like a flash, and before I knew it...
I think that was fear.
Nope, wasn't Bernie. You must have dreamed it. Unless my accuser dares to produce some evidence.
Evidence?
Yes, evidence. I still have your satchel,
Oh.
see?
Oh, my satchel. Wait, that? No, that's not mine. You can't prove it's mine.
I mean...
You know it's yours.
Yeah?
I'm innocent, I swear. Merciful Cyril, save me.
Merciful? That's funny.
This is getting nowhere. But, maybe I should corner her like last time. Then she'll use the technique without thinking.
Perhaps.
Never mind. I'm done here.
Lies! All lies! I didn't do any... Uh-huh? Well, where'd he go?
Well, that's interesting. I get he wanted that technique, but yeah, Bernadette is not exactly the one to do that consciously. He has an A rank with Leone? I forgot about that. I gotta work on that too.
Sylvain!
Whoa, what's going on?
Hey, Felix. I'm glad you're safe.
You irresponsible fool!
I see.
Protecting me like that? You're so weak, and yet you always...
Well, I'm not gonna lie, Sylvain probably is the weakest member of the team. His lance really helps out, though.
Look, it doesn't matter. As long as you're safe. You can go on living, while I...
Stop kidding around! You're not going to die. I won't let you!
Nah, I won't die on you, I promise.
You seem fine.
You think something like this could kill me? No way. A little magic will take care of the wound. Some bed rest, then I'm good to go out and do it all over again.
I always did wonder, how much damage they could take before magic couldn't heal them. Like, it's when they're at 1 HP, yet they can still do a full power blast.
Sylvain?
Oh, come on, that was funny. It's not like you to be so concerned.
You really are a fool. The biggest in all of Fodlan.
I don't know about that one.
I thought something was off. There's no way you could die from such a small cut.
Oh, so he is fine.
You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Hey, that's not nice. You should be thanking me.
I am grateful. You've been doing this since we were children. Constantly fooling around, but then showing up and helping when we really need you.
I think that fits him.
I'll admit, seeing that smile on your face, I almost want to give you a hug. Almost.
I think that's good enough.
A hug? Did you get hit on the head? Come on. Tell me you want to hug me again. I liked it.
Sylvain, you make it hard for people, bro.
I won't be repeating it, you halfwit. You're obviously fine, so I'll leave now.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
Really?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously.
This is a good one, though.
You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Because I rarely see Felix... You know, his anger is all because he cared for somebody. It's hard to remind myself, but truly.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
In fact, would I go as far as to say he takes the pain as opposite as Dimitri? Dimitri really cares for the dead and doesn't really care for the living, and Felix really cares for the living, but not really much for the dead.
Then I hope you have a speedy recovery.
Well, I mean, obviously he cares for the dead because, you know, he wouldn't be the way he is now. But it's more so, you know, he focuses more on the living.
Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix.
Slowly but surely, I'm starting to see all these different sides of Felix. It's gonna be interesting to see what that A rank is. And he still got a lot more. A lot. In fact, I haven't even started his with Seteth. I'm trying to prioritize the ones that are hard for me to get because, well, in that case, that is the Black Eagles. Because I don't want to get any of the Black Eagles A ranks before their route. So I can't use the dinner time, and it's also hard to keep them near me, even if they're in adjutant. Is that, or is it a Johnson? Shoot, I've forgotten now. Oh well.
Why am I so unlucky with women lately?
Oh, Sylvain, what's that face for? Have you been dumped again?
Isn't there an unwritten rule you shouldn't ask someone that?
I mean, when it comes to you.
I'm sorry. I thought you didn't mind being dumped. So your love life can get you down sometimes after all. Who knew?
You know, now I'm looking at her. She does look different. Well, face-wise.
I'm sad every time I break up with someone. It's just, I usually try to be the one doing the breaking up.
Obviously, I noticed everything else.
I've never had a hard time with girls. Ever. Not until recently.
What do you mean?
But now when I think about it, I wonder what any of them even liked about me. It's not as if any of them knew much about me. I don't get it.
I thought you said they were after you for your crest.
Isn't that what a relationship is for? Learning about someone else? You can't know it all right at the start.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
I asked you before if you would have invited me out if I was a peasant.
You did ask me that, yes.
That was wrong of me to say. It's not an excuse, but I'm always so suspicious.
I mean, yeah, I get you. It's a valid reason, I feel.
I'm a nobleman with a crest. The marriage proposals don't stop coming. Everybody wants me. Except, they don't actually want me at all. They want my bloodline. Within my family and without. It's always the same story. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have a crest, no one would look at me twice.
I see. And you're probably not wrong. Honestly, I've had those same sort of thoughts myself.
What do you mean?
Oh? What sort of thoughts might those be?
I sang, people cheered and applauded, and when I walked off stage, I'd find the same thing every night. A mountain of presents and marriage proposals.
Oh!
But none of those people knew me. All they knew was the singer they saw on the stage.
I mean, I get where she's coming from, though I feel like this is slightly different in Sylvain's case. I mean, that's a talent, and I would at least think people like a part of you, but for Sylvain, yeah, it's a different story, I feel.
All they wanted was my looks and my voice. None of them even tried to get to know the real me.
But that's fair.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this somewhere.
We may come from different places, but we're much the same, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, I suppose we are. Look, Dorothea, I've realized something. Even if you were an old grandma, I'd still flirt with you.
Really?
And I'd absolutely win you over. Though, I'd much rather win you over now, and be with you until you become an old grandma.
Sylvain, you could have... I get where you're going with it. Just, it wasn't the smoothest line, but...
That might be the most legitimately romantic thing you've ever said, Sylvain. And I can't say I disagree. I'd rather you win me over now, too. So that I can stay by your side until you're an old grandpa.
Well, before any of that, will you go to dinner with me?
I'd be happy to.
I mean, I certainly see why they had an A rank. I'll say that. He only has 3 options. Fascinating. Well, I'm interested. I gotta get work on his and Ingrid's then. Alright, who next? Oh. Okay, Gilbert again. I'll go to Ingrid and Ignatz.
Good day, Ignatz. So, painting again?
Ingrid. Yes, I'm painting St. Saros again.
Which, by the way, somebody pointed out the irony of what Ingrid was describing being St. Saros. I didn't pick that up when the first 2 times I saw that support.
Look, I'm really sorry about the last time. It's my fault it turned out so, well, different.
I'm pretty sure it didn't bother him that much.
No need to apologize. I appreciated the fresh input. It made me think.
Yeah.
That's kind of you to say, but no need to pull punches.
It's the truth. I'm so caught up in my own mind, I'd never have thought to try that.
Ignatz, I appreciate your attitude, but
I think he's being genuine.
Yes?
there are times when it's okay to feel upset or angry.
Huh.
If you are feeling that way, it's always best to be honest.
I think he is being honest.
But
I understand the weight of what I did. I besmirched a sacred image, and it was a painting you were pouring your heart into.
I wouldn't call it sacred, but...
I got carried away. But I'd prefer if you had told me then and there that my request was uncalled for.
I'm not angry.
Yeah.
I could never get angry with you.
Some people are just like that, and I quite understand that.
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I'm the one apologizing.
Ingrid, you realize that it's probably you're the only one who's upset about it.
Oh, sorry.
Stop saying sorry! Never mind. Forgive me. I came here to apologize, and now I'm being sharp with you.
It is very interesting to see Ingrid interact with the blue lions versus the golden deers. I think she acts similarly to all the golden deer.
Don't worry. It's my fault, really. I'm not very good at expressing myself.
I never intended to be such a bother. I think I'll leave you to it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well, that was just miscommunication. Alright. I think in that case, let's go to Gilbert and see his... Wait. That wasn't... Oh, that's Ash and Annette. Ooh. Never mind. But that's a good one, probably. Even so.
Almost forgot how spooky this place
Yeah.
is. I don't know if I can do this alone.
I knew he was gonna get it.
No, I've got to. What use am I to anyone if I can't even handle an empty tower? Here goes.
The doll from my father must be in there. But I'm too scared to go looking for it.
Nah.
Annette!
Yep, he got it. Ash, that dude. He's that dude.
Ash, what are you doing here?
Oh, here, I got this for you.
My doll!
And that's it for me. That's it.
You went back for it? But why?
Your father gave it to you. I know you said you'd throw it away, but you can't just toss out something so important.
Ash, thank you. I'm so happy. To be honest, I didn't have the courage to go back in there to get it myself. But thanks to you, I didn't have to. And you're afraid of ghosts, right? Were you okay in there all by yourself?
He had strong motivation.
Well, not really. I tried my best not to think about it. My legs shook whenever I did.
Oh, poor Ash. You're safe now, I promise.
Knock it off, would you? I'm okay now.
What do you mean by that?
But I'm glad I could help you and see a smile on your face. Look at me, though. A grown man, scared of ghosts. Pathetic, right?
Well, maybe not. I mean, after what did Shamir say? Is full in some mystical land full of... Well, this area is not normal. And after what I read about Celtis...
No, I don't think that at all. I think you're something special, Ash. You were really brave, and all for me. That wasn't an easy thing to do. I'm in awe of you.
Thanks. Maybe there is still hope for me as a knight.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, I'll gladly attest to that. I'm sure you'll be a splendid knight. Maybe you'll even outdo my father.
That's a statement.
That's a frightening thought, comparing me to someone like Gilbert. But it's a happy one, too. It makes me want to work that much harder.
Though, actually... It ended up nice, but... Oh, right. I'm wondering if the doll that Annette... When the doll Annette got from her father, if that's the same one that she just lost, or was that another one? But... Alright, I guess... Yeah. Let's go to Gilbert now.
Why'd you summon me so formally? Not going to confess your love, I hope.
The heck?
I have something I must ask you.
Isn't there like, 30 years, I think, difference between the two of them?
That's a bit ominous. What is it?
Will you be going home?
That's a question.
Ah, that's what this is about.
There must be those who, even now, wait for you, believe in you. Now that Lord Lonato is dead, I can think of no one who would stop you from returning.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss my friends and family back in Fargus. But no, I'm not going back. The person I used to be no longer exists.
That's a sad thought.
The life of a noble, tied down by rules and etiquette? No thanks. Not for me. My future is here, with the Knights of Seiros, as Thunder Catherine.
I understand. In fact, that is the answer I expected from you.
So why did you ask? 5 years ago, you chose to leave the Knights.
Oh, they're mentioning post-time. Well, yeah, of course, because in theory, you'd only get this with Gilbert and post-time skip. Heard many people said they got Annette supports before in pre-time skip. I would have, but people told me to get Dimitri's first. Or Dimitri's and the Dews.
I'm guessing you don't regret that choice.
I only got Dimitri's first one, though.
I do not. But you have caused me to realize something about myself. The sight of you, swinging your sword to fulfill your duty, your birthplace left behind.
The Knights weren't for you?
It reminded me of my life before. Of the day I swore my vows and was made knight to my king.
You think I'm just fulfilling my duty, huh? I'm not as virtuous as you make me out to be. I fight because I want to. That's it.
We are the same in that respect. On the day my liege bestowed upon me my sword, I knew protecting this man, fighting battles in his name, would be an irreplaceable joy. King, country, family, friends, beliefs. My list of what I longed to keep safe grew.
Well, that's a good way to be.
Hence my realization. I did not become a knight so I could pray. I did so to fight.
It seems we've come to an agreement then. So what are we doing standing around here chatting?
Good point. We should end the idle talk. Will you spar with me, Catherine?
So basically, Gilbert just said, I want to smoke 24/7.
I believe it is much too early for me to lay down my lance forever.
Now we're talking. Oh, also, Gilbert, you look much better now that you have some fire in your eyes.
I am honored you think so.
Okay, I actually wonder if we're gonna run into Catherine's family in one way, shape, or form. But I forgot to check. Does Gilbert, can he use a bow? Well, I mean, he can. He's not proficient in it, but he can. Alright. Now, back to Annette.
Praying, Father?
Yes, praying is all I can do.
Well, that doesn't go together.
For I am at fault for each death upon the cursed plain of Dusker.
I'm guessing this comes after Catherine's B rank.
You keep saying it's your fault, Father, but you're wrong. His Highness doesn't blame you. Neither does King Lambert, I'm sure of it.
No, and somebody mentioned that it possibly could be Dimitri was, it was his maybe remembering the events wrong that his father wanted him to do that. Maybe. But considering that's the only impression I have of King Lambert, like, that's... I can't, necessarily just bat that down as easily. I can't see the reasoning behind it, but unless I get another scene of him and I see more so the type of person he was, I don't know, because Dimitri is his son.
But I guess that's not the issue for you, is it?
It was my duty to protect the royal family. I should have given my life to protect the king.
Oh, you have survivor's guilt.
Even if His Highness has forgiven me, my knightly vows are still broken. My knighthood is lost.
That's obvious from looking at you, Father. I think Mother understood it as well. But before fleeing the country, I wish you had thought about your family. If only for a moment.
You didn't even say bye?
Even if the whole world had condemned you, we would always have been your allies.
I am sorry, Annette.
No, I told you before. I don't particularly want you to apologize.
Annette,
Yes, Father?
take this.
A bundle of letters. There are so many.
Oh, he wanted to write to her but never got the courage to send them?
Look inside and you will understand. Should the contents make you sad, please burn them.
Father! For the love of... He's done it again. But what have we here? Just as I thought. Letters for me and Mother. And so many. But why? And how? I suppose I'll have to read them if I hope to find my answers.
Thinking about it, these supports are Gilbert healing, I think. I mean, yeah, he needs to talk to Dimitri, but Annette, I think, is a huge part of that as well. And that said, how about our B rank?
Dear Goddess, please allow His Majesty to rest in peace.
It's interesting that Catherine's would seem to take place after this, because it's so easy to get. Hey there, Gilbert.
Who is it? Oh, Professor. What brings you here at this hour?
Sometimes I don't even know. I was just taking a walk.
The hour is late, Professor. You should be resting in preparation for the day to come.
What are you doing?
I was offering my prayers to the Goddess. It is all that I can do now. I told you I was in service of the royal family, yes?
I forget if you have or if I found it out otherwise, but...
When I was only a young soldier, the king saw fit to make a knight of me.
Was he older than you? I'm just curious.
I was given the great honor of guiding and protecting the royal family.
I mean, they might be a similar age, considering I think Dimitri is like, what, 1 year older than Annette? Protecting?
Indeed. I served in that post for nearly 40 years.
Really? And you're... I'm not sure if this changes versus pre to post time skip. They're assuming you got this in post time skip. And if that's the case, then how old is he? Is he 60? So 20? Or maybe 15?
I instructed both King Lambert and Prince Dimitri in
Huh!
the arts of combat, tactics, and academia.
Really?
I also did all in my power to keep them safe. Until that day.
And they're basically like family to him. And Gilbert, intelligence must run in the family then.
I was unable to fulfill my duty. I was powerless.
Yeah.
Yes. When I received word of the attack, it was already too late. His Majesty was dead, along with many knights and soldiers.
Now that I'm thinking about it, was Gilbert led away by Cornelia?
If only I had made it to Dusker more quickly.
Because why on earth would he even be away from them in the first place?
It is my fault that His Highness Dimitri has become the way he is now.
No, it's the fault of the Agarthans, and mainly the Agarthans. They're probably doing what they always do.
After that, I abandoned my wife and child and fled my homeland.
And on that note, I'm going to mention something after this. Hopefully.
I turned my back on everything I swore to protect. My sins are countless.
I think the only mistake that you made is leaving.
I will bear the weight of my guilt for as long as I live.
We're going about this the wrong way.
Apologizing to my daughter and wife. Devoting myself to His Highness. That is the way to atonement. And yet, even if I am granted the forgiveness of those who still live, praying is all I can do to atone to those who are with us no more.
I feel you on that. Whoa, jeez. Well, I think more so this.
Long ago, there was someone who told me something quite similar. Forgive me. This will not do. As I grow older, I find myself talking endlessly about the past. But it is too late for such things now.
I need that A rank.
I have finished my prayers. We should return.
I think for me, it's more so, if I had to interpret those words and how I would say it, it's more so that if he wants to do something, you know, he said what he should do. He needed to make up with his wife and daughter and try to make up for his mistake by protecting Dimitri as much as he could. Which he's already doing, I think. As far as those who are dead and gone, well, they don't blame him. Well, at least I wouldn't think King Lambert would blame him. Although I do wonder why he was away from them in the first place. But for me, I think that's the Agarthans at play. Which reminds me, I had forgotten about it because I've been trying to see Edelgard's point for so long. And I was assuming that she wasn't misguided. After reading what I just read, though, I'm starting to regain my old mentality. And one of the things that I thought was that the Agarthans were doing what they always do. Trying to break apart the kingdom of Foltland. Divided, we fall. United, we stand. And in this case, pitting the three kingdoms against each other would make them weaker, not stronger. Of course, you could also probably apply that to Edelgard wanting to unite the area, but if that isn't something that they unanimously wanted, you know, if you're not doing it through peace talks, then conquering is eventually, even once Edelgard finished and conquered Foltland, it would be a damaged Foltland, and it would still take a long time to repair from that. Not to mention who will be eager to accept a new ruler if they've been conquered. So, anywho. that's neither here nor there. Well, it kind of was here. And there. But right now, I've been waiting on this one. This is Balthus' only A rank I can get as of now.
Little Lysithea. These ears miss nothing, you know.
Little Lysithea. They actually have a matching color scheme.
What are you on about this time?
Kinda.
Is it true that Count Cordelia plans to relinquish his title eventually?
Really?
Yes, but why are you asking?
I never knew that.
I approve, that's all. Throwing off the shackles of nobility to live freely, it's a beautiful thing.
I would ask that you refrain from painting them with the same brushstrokes that you so liberally paint yourself with.
That's fair.
My mother and father will carry on with all the associated duties befitting of nobles.
Okay.
Only after that will they retire.
Got it. And that's completely different from someone like me who tapped out of the nobility game, right? Your parents are exemplary nobles, that's for sure. I respect that you support them as much as you do.
Would you just stop? You're embarrassing me.
Can't be helped. Meant every word. If anyone should have red cheeks, it's me, given the choices I've made.
Well, yeah, you should be embarrassed by some of the stuff you've done.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Of course. Still, it is a bit cowardly of me not to stand up to my family a bit more. Honestly, it's since getting to know you that I've started thinking along those lines. One day soon I'll return to that house. My reception will be chilly at best. Still, it must be done.
What makes you say that?
My house is full of lowlifes. But it also has my little bro, who took over when I left. He's good people.
Okay.
Even with the difficulties in Leicester, our house is still going strong. That's his doing. That's why I've decided that it's time to talk to him about what can be done to help Count Cordelia.
Oh!
Repaying your perceived debt would be nice, sure. But it sounds like you intend to foist your responsibility onto your little brother.
Yeah, kinda.
Ah, but the two aren't related. This is just the right thing to do. I'm still pondering how best to fulfill my vow.
Uh-huh.
Wow. You don't believe me, do you, little lady?
Well, Balthus, your track record.
Just what exactly are you planning on in terms of this repayment?
After your family relinquishes their noble titles, I'll support them so that you can all live in peace.
You got a lot of people you're trying to support, Balthus.
Even though you're a lowlife?
That may be true, and it is, but consider this. I've seen life from both sides, as a noble and a vagabond.
That experience is useful.
When their situation changes, they'll face new challenges. I'm the perfect guy to help them through.
You're irresponsible and unreliable. But clearly, you're not a bad person.
Yeah?
And your support would be most appreciated.
Her tongue is still as sharp as ever.
Just so you're aware, however, we have no means with which to pay you. So, are you sure you're still willing to follow through with this?
I wasn't planning on doing this for a payout, but if you really insisted on a thank you gift...
You better not say what I think you're gonna say.
Well, you could always accept me into your family.
Bruh!
Then paying me wouldn't be a consideration.
Excuse me? Just what are you insinuating?
Don't think too hard about it just yet. I still have lots of debts to pay and affairs to settle.
You do.
In the meantime, let's just stick close together. Yeah?
Yeah! That was... Whoa. What? Oh. Thought something weird happened. Well, that's nice of him to look after their family. They will need that. Especially considering I think Lysithea was sickly later on. But... Am I ready for that? I don't know if I'm ready for this. Well... I might be about to make a decision right now. Let's go in alphabetical order, I suppose. Constance. Whoa! Whoa, what is that?
Another failure.
Oh, I was about to say, if she got a new magic, if she literally needed a support to get her 5th magic, because I thought it was weird that she was proficient, yet she only has 4.
How? Was there an error in my calculations?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not that great myself.
I had precious few materials as things stood. Where will I get more once these run out?
I'm really sorry.
Oh, don't act so rueful. You carried out my directions faithfully. Neither the credit nor the blame ought to be yours. My grand achievement is further away than I had hoped. House Nouvelle's future seems so dim.
I understand getting down, but don't give up. Yeah, keep trying. You'll get it.
You're correct, of course. I mustn't be discouraged. It is hard to maintain one's patience after 5 years.
Wait, you left when we first met? Like, that was recent?
But in the greater context of the history of House Nouvelle, 5 years is barely worth counting.
That's the spirit.
I have been in a low place indeed to require so much reassurance.
Well, yeah, you have, but I would think you would know that.
And for your reassurance, I am truly grateful. You have spurred me to continue my research. You've been useful to me in many ways, in fact. Research assistant, confidant, test subject.
Confidant. There we go. Wait, no, that is not what I was... I'm thinking Persona 5 right now. Nope.
All of this is preparing you well for your greater role to come.
Which is...
my personal attendant. There are few as naturally servile as you in all of Fodlan.
I have bigger things in mind, Constance.
When House Nouvelle is at long last restored, we simply must find the proper position for you. Granted, this will be difficult, perhaps even impossible to accept, given your current status.
Yes.
But I rarely let the impossible stop me.
In this case, though...
I shall see it all done. The restoration of my house, installing you as my servant, and more.
I'm afraid I cannot accept that.
Are you ready for the next steps?
Yeah, I'm glad you've perked up.
Oh, come now. My sulk ended minutes ago. Do keep up. But on the rare occasion that I find myself at a loss, I grant you permission to lift my spirits.
Of course.
I don't know that I care for the hint of resignation in your tone, but no matter. I expect you to do your all for the sake of my house nonetheless.
All right. Well, I'm glad she's happy. Well, she's not happy. This is happy. And I wonder why I needed to wait.
Oh, hey. I've been meaning to speak with you.
All right. What about?
I heard that you've been telling people not to worry so much about my condition.
Yes.
Is that a fact?
Maybe.
No need to be coy. Thanks for doing that. But I do have one minor concern.
And what is that?
You said that I haven't sighed in 5 years? What the heck is that about? Everyone's calling me half-decade happy now.
I actually like that. HDH?
First of all, terrible nickname. Second of all, you weren't even here.
Oh.
Did you just make that up?
Well, I believed you hadn't. Maybe.
Seriously? You think that's okay? It's so frustrating. I'm fighting the urge to sigh right now.
I thought I was helping.
Well, the nickname's bogus. I have absolutely sighed in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I figured. I think you recently did with Balthus.
I wouldn't believe what a hassle it was. Monsters rampaging willy-nilly through Abyss.
And that's another thing. You got rid of those guys in the Abyss.
Thanks to some help from the people underground, no one got hurt. But it was a close call. Maybe if you had been there, it wouldn't have been so much trouble.
Me?
Yes, you. You've got the Sword of the Creator. That thing can chop through monsters like nothing.
And you have your magic. Is that all?
Are you fishing for compliments now? Fine. You're a good leader. You watch out for all of us. Even when the rest of the world turns and hides from me, I know you've got my back.
Well, of course. All 4 of you, I got your back.
You make me feel safe. Like I can be myself.
I feel that.
Like I don't have to worry so much about keeping my emotions in check.
You don't. I actually like bluntness.
Felt pretty sad all that time you were gone.
I see.
I could have left Garrick Mach altogether. But then I started thinking, you might still be alive after all.
And that's the only reason you waited?
So I went looking for you.
What?
Back to where you'd fallen and all.
You know, I just thought about it. Did no one else do that? Because I was just in the river. You did that for me?
Forget I said anything. Look at me getting all mushy and sincere.
Mm-hmm.
How embarrassing. Let's just go back to earlier when I was giving you a hard time.
I'm fine with either one. Don't be embarrassed.
Hey, I can feel embarrassed if I want to. I can feel however I want to feel.
Yeah, you can.
Whoa. Did I really just say that? I think that's enough vulnerability for one day. I'll see you around.
Alright. Happy's my choice. Happy's my choice. Easy for the Blue Lions. Obviously, I'm still waiting for the only Black Eagle member I think would. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't. But I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, because I feel like Bernie would be in the same category Lysithea's in the protect category. Dorothea, well, it's like I said, I don't think it'll be her. So then the only two remaining is the person that I've been furious at the entire time, and the person I've been trying to protect this entire time. So, yeah. But, I don't feel so bad having people wait. I felt like I should have people wait for the golden deer, but I think, nah, that had me feeling some type of way. Had me feeling happy. No pun intended, but it works all the same. Alright, that being said, we have some 9 people we can eat with.
This looks delicious. Let's eat.
I like the blue going on. Okay. Nope. Next, I want to do Gilbert and Annette. Which, by the way, I've already been told something about that. Some people couldn't wait. Seems like I'm slowly noticing people getting a little lax on saying things. I would caution everybody on that.
The food tastes great today, but my father can cook very well too.
I certainly know the basics of cooking. Please allow me to treat you next time.
People already told me their conversation changed. I hadn't picked that up. I was just noticing that it was funny how they seem to be treating each other like strangers. It's like Annette thought, alright, well, let's eat together. Maybe he'll finally acknowledge me. And Gilbert's like, hello, stranger. Isn't this food good? And Annette's like, alright, that's enough. Talk to me. So that's what I was referring to. That's why I also try to keep a lot of predictions to myself. Because I'm very well aware that some people might think that I already know something. And it's like, no, I just predicted it. Actually, there are these... Why are these certain meals have, Oh, hang on. Maybe let's change for a second. How about... Ingrid and Seteth. Alright, now that one worked. Let's see it.
Ingrid, are you familiar with the story of the King of Liberation and the 10 elites of Fodlan?
What the heck? You mentioning that?
Of course. They were the heroes who struck down evil with the power of the sacred weapons, protecting our land and people.
Lies.
Their strength was passed down through the ages, manifesting itself in the crest some of us are born with.
That is true.
Yes, the 10 elites certainly possessed great power. But does that make them worthy of worship?
I imagine you ask because they later fought amongst themselves. turning on one another, ravaging the land.
Wait, people know that?
Precisely. Initially, Nemesis and the 10 elites worked together to bring peace to Fodlan.
Really? Peace?
But soon their ambitions got the best of them, and they clashed, using their sacred weapons on anyone they chose, strong and weak alike. What I mean to say is, possessing strength alone does not make one worthy of respect.
Okay, that's a lesson to learn from that story, from the way they told it.
Rather, one should be judged by how they choose to use that strength.
I agree.
Yes, I agree.
If you follow that logic, then you will see it also applies to those who are born with crests.
True.
Now think of how your father wishes to wed you to another family's fortune on the basis of your crest.
Yes? What of it?
These are purely inherited qualities. Is it not foolish to judge a person's value by some inherited fortune? That is all a crest is, really.
That's what I think too. Having a crest or not has no bearing on your worth as a person.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that Count Galatea believes he has the right to manage your affairs.
But he does not.
I am certain he has his own share of problems. And I do not wish to meddle or lay blame. But if there is anything I should like to say to his daughter, it is this. How you live your life is up to you.
And that's the second in command of the Church of Seiros.
Thank you for your counsel and wisdom, Seteth. I've been thinking a lot lately about what might happen after the war. I will take some time to reflect on what lies ahead. My future.
And that's another thing. Seteth, you get, like, what? The mission before, like, the final mission, you get him? Well, you could technically get their B rank. I think it also fits that his supports would be more centered toward this time. With that being said, there's only one support I can do for Sylvain, and that's with Manuela. Alright. Oh, that worked too. So this will be nearly all of his. He has one more Bernadetta and then Ingrid.
I must admit that Sylvain is quite handsome. And it doesn't hurt that he's heir to a noble family. I could get used to that kind of life.
Shame on you, Manuela.
The age difference bothers me a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it would be fine after a few years.
Uh-huh.
At first, it was hard to imagine myself with him. But now that I've thought about it, maybe... Speak of the devil. I think that's him over there.
He's talking to... Yep.
Jerk. He was playing around with me that whole time.
Wait, is she talking about somebody else to him?
You know, you're a good catch.
Wow.
It's a shame that you've had no luck with men.
Wow, the same exact line.
You need a guy like me.
Wow.
Somebody who sees your beauty and appreciates how tender you are, emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
All right, Sylvain.
What? No way. What are you saying? Can't even tell if you're being honest.
That's fair.
Do I look dishonest? Are these the eyes of a guy who's just playing around?
What did you do? Rehearse these lines in the mirror?
No, I suppose not. Would you like to go somewhere a little more quiet?
As long as it's just the two of us, and the only subject is love, I'll follow you anywhere.
My boy.
Okay, that was just repulsive.
Yeah?
He is insincerity personified. No way I'd ever fall for that. He is handsome and does come from good stock. But no, I can't imagine we'd have a bright future together. I suppose the goddess does not give with both hands, does she?
Well, sometimes she does.
Wait, could that mean because of my looks and my singing voice?
So that's exactly what Dorothea was saying.
That I'll never find true love? Please, goddess, I'm begging you.
Their B rank was one-sided. It's rare that you see something like that. Okay, that takes care of all the blue lions except Dimitri. Actually, alright. Time to confess something. I haven't seen Leonie's support with Aloise. I've been intentionally avoiding it because I was told that there were two supports that people got upset with. apparently people don't like her support with Eloise. And you know, I'm not exactly eager to revisit those times, especially with the new support. And I started with the... But if I don't do it now, then forever hold my peace. Then I'll just do Hapi and Leone.
Wow, this is all kinds of tasty.
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
Alright, the important thing is that they get their ranks up. And how about we do some cooking with Gilbert? I feel like I could use a bit of something. Maybe some defense. Actually, yeah, I don't have any of these. Alright.
I have some experience with cooking. I'm sure I can aid you in the kitchen. Let me consider.
Annette can't cook, right?
How the meal tastes affects the morale of the troops. An army marches on its stomach.
Alright. Well, it's worth a shot. Okay. Wait, can I get lessons from Dimitri? No, I cannot. This man does not even want to talk to me. That makes sense, given our last conversation. So, okay. Then, I'll do what I usually do. As far as what I'm gonna do about... I'm not sure. We might... I'd like to try to at least do this one. Get Annette's axe, because all everybody needs to be is level 31. And though in theory, I think they're assuming you also have a promoted class. And these three are... Well, Ash is fine. It's really Felix and Sylvain. Though I did replace Felix's battalion. Yeah, I gave him... Look at this. He's much better now. So, hopefully that'll make a difference. Also increase Sylvain's charm. So, we'll see. I might still take it on regardless. Especially if I only bring my top tiers. Then it'll be a lot easier. Well, I'll need Gilbert, though. Gilbert at least. We'll see. But... For now, this has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.